Domestic animals, reproductive strategies, gestation periods, and birthing processes delves into the fascinating and diverse ways in which domestic animals reproduce and bring new life into the world. Understanding these aspects is crucial not only for animal husbandry and farming but also for ensuring the health and well-being of these animals. Domestic animals, which have been bred and kept by humans for various purposes such as companionship, work, and food production, exhibit a wide range of reproductive strategies. Each species has its unique gestation period, the duration of pregnancy, and specific birthing processes that are adapted to their physiology and environment. From the short and frequent pregnancies of small mammals like rabbits to the long and carefully timed gestation of larger animals like horses and cattle, each animal's reproductive cycle is tailored to ensure the best chance of survival for the offspring. This overview provides a detailed look at these processes, highlighting the diversity and complexity of life among the animals that have become integral to human society. Whether for livestock management, veterinary care, or general knowledge, understanding how domestic animals reproduce is essential. This knowledge not only helps in ensuring that animals are born healthy and strong, but also in fostering better care and management practices that contribute to the sustainability and productivity of these species. 1. Dogs. Gestation period, approximately 58 to 68 days, about 2 months. Birthing process, dogs usually give birth to litters ranging from 1 to 12 puppies, depending on the breed and size of the dog. The birthing process, called whelping, typically occurs without complications, though some breeds may require assistance or veterinary intervention. Care. After birth, puppies are dependent on their mother for warmth and nutrition. They are born with their eyes and ears closed and require frequent feeding. 2. Cats. Gestation period, approximately 63 to 65 days, about 2 months. Birthing process, cats generally give birth to litters of 2 to 6 kittens. The process, called queening, is usually smooth, with the mother cat instinctively knowing how to care for her newborns. Care. Kittens are born with their eyes closed and are completely dependent on their mother for warmth, nutrition, and cleaning. 3. Cows. Gestation period, approximately 280 days, about 9 months. Birthing process, cows typically give birth to a single calf, though twins can occur. The birthing process, called calving, usually happens naturally, but sometimes assistance is required if the calf is in an abnormal position. Care. After birth, the calf stands and nurses within a few hours. It's important to ensure the calf receives colostrum, the first milk, for essential nutrients and antibodies. 4. Goats. Gestation period, approximately 150 days, about 5 months. Birthing process, goats usually give birth to 1 to 3 kids. The birthing process, known as kidding, is typically straightforward. The mother goat, doe, usually does not require assistance. Care. Kids are usually strong and mobile soon after birth. They nurse frequently and benefit from the nutrient-rich colostrum produced by the mother. 5. Sheep. Gestation period, approximately 145 to 155 days, about 5 months. Birthing process, sheep usually give birth to 1 to 3 lambs. The birthing process, called lambing, is generally uncomplicated, although assistance may be required for difficult births. Care. Lambs are usually active and nursing within an hour of birth. Ensuring that lambs receive colostrum is critical for their health. 6. Horses. Gestation period, approximately 11 to 12 months, 340 days on average. Birthing process, horses usually give birth to a single foal, though twins are rare. The birthing process, called foaling, typically occurs quickly, often at night. The foal should stand and nurse within a few hours. Care. Foals are born with their eyes open and are able to stand and walk shortly after birth. They rely on their mother's milk and may begin to graze within a few weeks. 7. Pigs. Gestation period, approximately 114 days, about 3.8 months, often remembered as 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Birthing process, pigs usually give birth to litters ranging from 8 to 12 piglets, though larger litters are possible. The birthing process, called farrowing, often results in multiple births over a period of hours. Care. Piglets are born with a strong suckling instinct and require colostrum within the first few hours. They are often weaned after a few weeks. 8. Chickens. Reproductive process. Chickens lay eggs rather than giving live birth. The eggs typically incubate for 21 days before hatching. Egg laying and hatching. A hen lays eggs regularly, with or without a rooster. If fertilized by a rooster, the eggs can develop into chicks after incubation. Hens usually sit on the eggs to keep them warm until they hatch. Care. Chicks are independent shortly after hatching but rely on the hen for warmth and protection. They are ready to forage for food within a few days. 9. Ducks. Reproductive process. Like chickens, ducks lay eggs that hatch after an incubation period of about 28 days, depending on the species. Egg laying and hatching. Ducks typically lay a clutch of eggs, which they incubate until they hatch. The number of eggs can vary, but it is usually around 8 to 12. Care. Ducklings are highly independent and start following the mother duck shortly after hatching. They can swim within a day and begin foraging for food with their mother's guidance. 10. Rabbits. Gestation period, approximately 28 to 31 days, about 1 month. Birthing process. Rabbits usually give birth to a litter of 4 to 12 kids. The birthing process, called kindling, occurs quickly, often in a secure nest that the doe has prepared. Care. Kids are born hairless and with their eyes closed. They rely on the mother's milk for the first few weeks and gradually begin to eat solid food. 11. Donkeys. Gestation period, approximately 11 to 14 months, 370 to 380 days on average. Birthing process. Donkeys usually give birth to a single foal. The birthing process is generally straightforward, though like horses, it often occurs at night. Care. Foals are born with their eyes open and can stand and walk shortly after birth. They nurse from their mother and begin grazing within a few weeks. 12. Geese. Reproductive process. Geese lay eggs, which typically incubate for about 28 to 35 days before hatching. Egg laying and hatching. A goose will lay a clutch of eggs, which she will incubate. The clutch usually contains 5 to 10 eggs. Care. Goslings are highly mobile and begin following their parents and foraging for food soon after hatching. They can swim within a day of hatching. 13. Turkeys. Reproductive process. Turkeys lay eggs that incubate for approximately 28 days before hatching. Egg laying and hatching. A turkey hen will lay a clutch of eggs, typically around 10 to 12, which she will incubate until they hatch. Care. Poults, young turkeys, are mobile and begin foraging for food within a few days of hatching. They rely on the hen for warmth and protection. 14. Guinea pigs. Gestation period, approximately 59 to 72 days, about 2 months. Birthing process. Guinea pigs usually give birth to litters of 1 to 4 pups. The birthing process is usually quick and uncomplicated. Care. Guinea pig pups are born fully furred and with their eyes open. They are capable of eating solid food within a few days but also nurse from their mother for the first few weeks. 15. Hamsters. Gestation period, approximately 16 to 22 days, about 3 weeks. Birthing process. Hamsters usually give birth to litters of 4 to 12 pups. The birthing process is quick, often taking place in a secluded nest. Care. Hamster pups are born hairless and blind. They rely on their mother for warmth and nutrition and begin to explore their environment after about 2 weeks. 16. Parrots. Reproductive process. Parrots lay eggs that incubate for about 18 to 30 days, depending on the species. Egg laying and hatching. Parrots typically lay a clutch of 2 to 4 eggs, which they incubate until they hatch. Care. Chicks are born helpless, blind, and featherless. They are fed by both parents and remain in the nest for several weeks until they are ready to fledge. 17. Pigeons. Reproductive process. Pigeons lay eggs, which incubate for about 17 to 19 days. Egg laying and hatching. Pigeons usually lay 2 eggs per clutch, which both parents take turns incubating. Care. Squabs, young pigeons, are born helpless and are fed pigeon milk, regurgitated by the parents. They grow rapidly and fledge after about a month. 18. Buffaloes. Gestation period, approximately 300 to 320 days, about 10 to 11 months. Birthing process. Buffaloes typically give birth to a single calf. The birthing process is generally natural and straightforward. Care: calves are mobile within a few hours of birth and begin nursing almost immediately. They rely on their mother's milk for several months. 19. Camels. Gestation period, approximately 13 to 14 months, about 390 to 420 days. Birthing process: camels usually give birth to a single calf, though twins are rare. The birthing process is generally natural and occurs in the spring. Care: camel calves are able to stand and walk within a few hours of birth. They nurse from their mother for about a year. 20. Alpacas. Gestation period, approximately 11 to 12 months, about 335 to 340 days. Birthing process: alpacas usually give birth to a single crier, baby alpaca. The birthing process typically occurs during the daytime and is straightforward. Care: criers are born with their eyes open and are able to stand and walk within an hour. They begin nursing immediately and are typically weaned after 6 months. Each of these domestic animals has unique reproductive traits, and their care during pregnancy and after birth is crucial for the health of both the mother and the offspring. Proper management, nutrition, and veterinary care are essential to ensure successful pregnancies and healthy births.